You've seen the top 10 best live-action superhero TV series of all time. And now it's time for the top 10 worst live-action superhero TV series of all time, according to Rotten Tomatoes. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel. Here we cover everything in geek culture, especially TV series. And today, like I said in the intro of the video, we're covering the worst superhero live action TV series. And here we go. In number 10, we have Gotham. Gotham tells the story of a young James Gordon trying to come up through the ranks in a very corrupt city of Gotham. Critics gave it a 77%, but fans gave it a 66%. Given a total score of 71.5, which is not that bad, but it is number 10 on the list, and it gets worse from here. Have you seen Gotham? If you have, let me know in the comments what you think and if you agree with this or not. Like I said, this is not according to my standards. I've never seen Gotham, but according to Rotten Tomatoes, when I got the scores and I put them all together, if you missed it on the first video, I got the critic score and the fan score, added them together, divided by 2 of every single TV show I could think of, and I ranked them. Gotham came out as topping the list as the best of the worst. So, moving on. In number 9, we have Supergirl. Now, this is a show that started in a different network, CBS, if I'm not mistaken, and then it moved to the CW, and it became part of the Arrowverse, which is something that I really enjoyed from the CW, with Arrow and the Flash and Supergirl, and Legends of Tomorrow. You know, all those DC shows that are on the CW into big, huge crossover that ended up leading to the series finale of Arrow, which I really enjoyed. But it didn't quite sit well, and I gotta be honest here. The lead character just doesn't look intimidating enough to be Supergirl, man. She just doesn't look the part. She just doesn't. I don't know what it is about her. She's just not very convincing. I mean, she's a good actress, don't get me wrong, but when I look at her, I just feel like she just might offer me a cup at a Starbucks of coffee. Just not kicking some dude's ass. And this is wearing the Supergirl suit. Like, it just looks like she's cosplaying a Supergirl. Critic rating of 88%, but then audience rating of 51%. And I mean, if the audience hates it that much, 51%, something's gotta be wrong there. Another Arrowverse show that is on its 4th and final season and is number 8 on this list is Black Lightning. When you look at the critics score, you see a 92%, which is the best out of this top 10. But then you see the audience rating as a 47%. Now, have you seen this show? Because I haven't. 47%? Against a 92%? Something's gotta be off here. If you watched Black Lightning, please let me know in the comments if you liked it or not, because based on what I've seen on the Arrowverse crossover, Crisis on Infinite Earths, he didn't seem bad. He didn't seem like a bad character. So help me understand here. 47%. You get that. You add it to 92, divide it, you get a 69.5. I don't know. I don't make the rules. I'm just giving you the information. It seems kind of off, but let me know if you've seen Black Lightning and what did you think of it? Because 92 versus 47, that's a big difference. Number 7 on the list is Powers. Now, this is a series by PlayStation, and I believe it was the very first series that they started to release as part of PlayStation TV. And I gotta be honest, season 1 was okay, but I never finished season 2. I mean, it just got boring. It was just, the cast was good. It has a critic rating of 81%, but a fan rating of 48%. And I do believe that this is based on comics. It had a lot of potential, but didn't really live up to the expectations that I had and that I developed I mean, just kind of seems cool. A next superhero becomes a detective because he lost his powers, and he becomes consumed with the fact that he wants his powers back. Season 1 was okay. Season 2 fell short. So you don't have to explain to me why the show is on the list. I can kind of see why. On number 6, I'm pretty sure you've heard this before. Save the cheerleader, save the world. And this is Heroes. Now, I remember when Heroes first came out on TV, I was wanting to watch it. I just could never catch it. So Heroes was the most downloaded TV show at the time when it got canceled. The most downloaded TV show when it got canceled. But you see the critic rating of 53% and an audience score of 63%. So maybe it was canceled because it sucked. I mean, the follow-up to Heroes Reborn, only had like a 42% approval rating overall. So it was probably better off leaving the past behind and not rebooting the show or doing a follow-up to the show. Yeah, Heroes is on the list. Number 5 on the list is Hellstrom. This is a show that is attached to the MCU. Oh boy. It has a critic rating of 27%. But an audience rating of 85. So this is kind of the opposite here with Black Lightning, right? Where well, actually, no, it's pretty similar to Black Lightning. What is going on? 27% critic, 85% audience. So yeah, it's the opposite because the critics love Black Lightning, but the fans hate it. This show, the critics hate it, but the fans love it. But I mean, you add those two together, divided by 2, 56%. And the show was not renewed for a second season. This tells a story of children of a very famous serial killer, and they have to kind of deal with their past and deal with a stigma attached to them as they go through and track the worst villains on Earth. So, I don't know. This is didn't really look that good, to be honest. I'm not gonna watch the show anytime soon. So, moving on. On number 4, which is a show that I wanted to like, and it was a show that it literally took until the very last 2 or 3 episodes of season 1 for it to get even good or interesting, is Iron Fist. Now, this was one of the Marvel shows on Netflix, a series of 5 or 6 shows on Netflix done by Marvel, and just, I don't know, it got canceled just like all the other ones when Disney Plus got launched, but 37% critic rating versus a 71% audience. You never really got a comic accurate costume. You never really got what you were wanting, really, and the show is gonna get rebooted with a brand new cast. So it just shows you that Marvel and Disney, they are interested in continuing the Iron Fist saga, but just not with the cast of the first season. So what are they trying to do here? Because I've read that John Bernthal is going to have his own Punisher movie. Charlie Cox is returning to play Daredevil and Spider-Man. So if they reboot Iron Fist, is it just going to be like a multiverse? Just like a different Danny Rand? You know, what is it going to be like? I don't know, I guess we'll have to wait, but Iron Fist just barely sitting outside of the top 3 worst on number 4. Here's our top 3 worst live action superhero TV series of all time. And coming in, our number 3 is Blade, the series. Coming in with 13 episodes only, is a show that was really more worried about the gore and techno music than the actual character development or really anything else to do with the show. Do I need to say more why this is number 3? I mean, 50% critic rating and no audience rating, meaning there's probably not enough people watched it or cared enough to give this damn show a rating. It probably has no audience because nobody cared to watch this piece of junk. So, Blade, number 3. And number 2 comes another Arrowverse, which doesn't make my claims good as far as Arrowverse shows being good, but trust me, there are good Arrowverse shows. But Batwoman, if you know what I'm talking about, you'll probably expected this because, okay, here's the premise. Batman is gone and his cousin replaces him. But it's just the way that they kind of did certain things here really pissed off fans. And that tells you because it has an awful, god-awful fan and critic rating. The critic rating is actually okay, but the fan rating is completely awful. Ruby Rose is not a convincing Batwoman at all. Her pink wig is ridiculous. And it's just, you know, it was so bad that Ruby Rose jumped ship. I mean, she quit the series and they recast Batwoman. It just seems like a huge mess. And if a show's already that bad, 2 seasons in, that they had to recast the main character because she left, the show's probably better off 6 feet under or locked away in some part of Arkham Asylum because it probably doesn't belong on TV. Batwoman number 2. And in number 1, which is quite possibly the worst thing that Marvel has ever released, is Marvel The Inhumans. The show was so damn awful that it was split into 2 series. The amount of 1-star reviews on this show is just as much as any other rating. So this has a lot of 1-star reviews. I mean, a lot. Critic rating of 11%. 11%. 1 and then a 1. And then the audience gave it a 43%. I mean, so many bad reviews. How could you even want to be interested in watching something like this? Get Thanos over here. Get him to snap his finger and make this thing go away forever. Because this is a big fumble by Marvel. I have seen some of these. I have not seen some of these. But that was a top 10. If you want to hear below, there's 2 squares. My newest video and my Marvel playlist, so you can go check that out. There's plenty of content here on the channel, so you can stay as long as you like and watch whatever it is that you want, and then you can go on your merry way after you finish watching everything. But be on the lookout because there's new videos here every week, sometimes 2-3 videos a week. So plenty of content for you coming out as soon as possible. See you guys later. Bye-bye.